Let's go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to HWE Recall Episode 2. It is Damien Skull and Skeletor. That's the match that we'll be discussing here tonight on Episode 2. Last week, we saw the Stamina Slam Gauntlet match on the Classic episode, and we discussed it on last Sunday. We had Zhane Saint Savior here. We had Damien Skull. We saw Shakim Empire, and we all saw how it ended. It ended with Damien Skull and Shakim Empire going at it, but especially it was more. Let's admit it. It was Damien Skull who absolutely ripped Shaquem Empire. The poor Shaquem um, is going to have to bounce back because what we witnessed last week on Recall was a shocking and ruthless promo from Damien Skull. And people seem to have enjoyed it, I guess. But I was rudely interrupted by Damien Skull, who came and just assaulted Shaquem Empire as I was hosting. But yeah, final hour, Shaquem Empire against Damien Skull in a career versus career match. That will be happening on July 30th and July 31st, more specifically July 31st on night 2. It was confirmed last week. But also, Sinister and Gladiator, the greatest masked men, go at it in a last man standing match. It will be a fun one between two the greats in HWE and MEW in the past. Wyatt, who returns as the Golden Weight Champion on July 30th and July 31st in a street fight. But against who? Well, we're going to find out at final hour on July 30th and July 31st, 8/7 Central. Don't miss that. But now let's begin. I know there's a lot of stuff going on tonight. There's the NHL Finals. There's the UFC. So let's go right into it. There's also the World Cup. A lot of shit going on. Excuse my language. There's a lot of stuff going on. But let's welcome right here the Golden Weight Champion, Wyatt himself, a HW Golden Weight Champion for how long now? I don't know, but he's truly one of the greats in HWE and was also part of EJW in the past. So Wyatt, welcome to HW Recall episode 2.
Thank you for welcoming me.
No problem, Wyatt. It's been a long time, and just a little fun fact to all the fans: this is your first ever official appearance on this channel, on the Fatality side of it. You've always been on the Hardcore Demolition channel, and obviously before in EJW. This is your first official appearance on the CJ Wrestling channel, aka before it was the Fatality channel. How do you feel? What does this moment feel?
It honestly feels good because I went from being the opposite side of MEW. I went from being on the separate brand that hated MEW.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then I joined Demolition. And now, today, I'm making my first time on this channel.
Well,
And
yeah, please.
it's a
go on.
really special moment.
Absolutely. And well, tonight's episode, we're mostly going to talk about Damien Skull versus Skeletor on MEW Fatality, episode 1 of season 2. The season 2 of Fatality, when it was MEW, it was Skeletor versus Damien Skull in a tournament. Basically, the winner would advance to a triple threat match in the finals, in which the winner would face Soul at MEW Final 4. This is just one of the chapters in the saga of Damien Skull and Skeletor. But here's my first question to you, Wyatt. You were in EJW back in the time when this match happened, 2023, I believe it was. Did people there in EJW know about Damien Skull at the time or Skeletor at the time?
Well, when I first, around 2022, 2023, I believe around EJW WrestleMania 3, Luke was like, hey, there's somebody that's stealing a Q&A from Mr. Z. It's this channel. And he shows me you, as in he knows who Skeletor was, but he didn't even know who Damien Skull was.
Okay.
He never knew who Damien Skull was till, I think, me and his first match, or when I started wrestling for him.
And that was the first match that happened at, was it Winter Blast or Hail to the King between you and Damien Skull?
I think it was Winter Blast.
Winter Blast. All right. So you guys were sort of aware back in the day in EJW who Skeletor was. Was there any other superstar like Haunted Jacob or?
No, there was Haunted Jacob, Sinister.
Okay.
I forgot about Uncle Howdy Skeletor.
Yeah, that time.
Haunted, Master Mexico.
Of course, the legend.
There was There was the Gladiator,
Okay.
and I did most of my studies
You did. All right.
more than anyone in that company.
All right. Well, that's nice. What was I guess the reputation of MEW? Did you guys see them as just this shittier version of EJW? Did you guys see it as people who would just copy EJW? Because you mentioned about the Q&A of, I believe,
Um,
Mr. Z. What was the reputation?
what we kind of saw, we kind of thought you guys were basically having a reputation of like stealing from us because we thought you stole Sinister from the Jigsaw, which is God bless Matthew. Um, and yeah,
So there was this. I remember this big controversy between Jigsaw and Sinister. When did this Jigsaw thing start? This the character of Jigsaw. When was he born? Because I remember Sinister
um,
being this old. Like we started kind of with Sinister, so it's been a long time. So, but I don't
I
recall.
I know it was around like 2021, but it was before he was like wrestling. Because he had the Jigsaw, he had this like the person who created the Jigsaw.
Yeah.
His name is Matthew. He had this like so he had this company that was like a promo company.
Okay.
And so basically he would have his character as the Jigsaw. And then he would send a mask to somebody
Mm-hmm.
and have them dress up as him.
Okay. All right. All right. Um. So let's move on to the match itself between Skeletor and Damien Skull. You know, I mean, you know both of them, but you know Damien Skull a little more. And Damien Skull, back then, he's coming in MEW, and you said it. EJW wasn't really aware of who he was, but not only EJW, but the rest of the fans are like, who is this guy? Who is this Damien Skull guy? But he comes in and becomes, I mean, look at him now. He's one of the stars of the business. What do you find? Like, you faced him twice, he's beaten you once. What,
Sadly.
in what way did he improve? In what way has
I
he gotten better?
I feel like he's mainly improved on definitely his athletics because let's just give it a buck. Damien Skull wasn't really athletic for the chubby boy he is. And I think he's really improved on his promos. His promos back in the day, it sounded like Fortnite voice chats. It was not good.
Mm-hmm.
I think also he really improved on being like a better character, better on the mic, and all that.
So you really saw Damien Skull. I mean, you faced him when he was really at his best. And how'd you find? So how did that happen? The fans probably don't know, but how did this whole Wyatt and Damien Skull match? I mean, the two matches happen.
So, let's see. He it was a big journey.
Mm-hmm.
So we full on I met him through well, it was I think it was when you fired him the first time
Mm-hmm.
and he randomly joined one of my lives. And I recognized Damien Skull from when you fired him
Mm-hmm.
and I actually watched that tournament match actually,
Yeah.
like back in the day. And what was the question again?
The question was, how did the whole Damien Skull versus Wyatt match happen?
Oh yeah. So we're in talks. They're like, yeah, we need to have a match one day. He checks out my wrestling stuff. I check out his wrestling stuff. We're across the country. Florida and Michigan
Mm-hmm.
is not close whatsoever. 8 hour drive. And this this man was dedicated to the point where he drove all the way from Florida to
How
Michigan.
long is that?
That's about 9 hours, 10 hours. and we had two of the best demolition matches, maybe two of the best matches in HWE history.
Absolutely.
And it was probably one of my top 3 matches in my whole career.
Mm-hmm. I really want this is about Damien Skull versus Skeletor on MEW Fatality, but I really want to talk about your performances. We talked about these 2 Damien Skull matches, but let's talk about All We're Ahead, where you faced your own father, and that is
Yeah.
something that really was really cool to see. And I mean, your time here in HWE when you were on Hardcore Demolition was really amazing, and we're glad to have you on HWE. So
That match was really emotional.
it was,
Like
huh?
I grew up wrestling with my dad. I mean, ever since I was 6.
Yeah.
When I was 6 year old, I've been wrestling since I was 6. And I have not stopped. I've not taken any breaks. Even when I'm not recording or wrestling, I'm still training. I mean, I even trained for an actual indie company. So I have some experiences, Kevin Nash coaches there, Rob Van Dam
Mm-hmm.
coaches there. And it's a local indie promotion that has they hire minors. They have minors wrestle minors.
Okay.
And yeah. And my dad signed me up for that. He trained me too.
Okay.
He helped my drop kicks, my kicks and all that. He helped me. He helped me throughout a lot of my career. And that match, that wicked spear at the end, I'm not gonna lie, I folded his ass.
All right. Wyatt, this is going to be a question that I'm gonna ask pretty much every guest here, especially Damien. If you're putting yourself in Damien's skin, and we all know, like this, I mentioned it. This is just one little chapter of the whole Skeletor versus Damien Skull story. That match at Fatality is part of something bigger. The most recent match was where on the same show that you faced your dad, and it was all we're ahead. It was Skeletor versus Damien Skull in the main event, where Skeletor defeated Damien to win the title. And we also what happened after that with the whole briefcase situation where Damien Skull revealed the briefcase and called Skeletor a fraud. So at the end of the day, he kind of won. My question for you is, if you're in Damien Skull's position, do you rather beat Skeletor once? Because we all know Skeletor is 4-0-1 versus Damien Skull. Damien Skull has never defeated Skeletor one-on-one. But if you were Damien Skull, would you rather have beaten Skeletor at least once, or just keep the briefcase moment that happened at All War Head where he kind of shocked the whole world and, maybe ended Skeletor's career?
See, the thing is, I think the briefcase moment, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But what if Damien Skull has never closed out a big pay-per-view beating one of the biggest names of the company?
Mm.
That's and imagine I mean, he went from being kind of a nobody in the company. He built his way to the top.
Yeah.
And him beating you at All War Head would have been because his reign of terror that he was going through,
Mm-hmm.
beating Haunted Jacob, beating Tadpo, beating Hardcore Wolf.
Yeah, you thought like he was going to beat everyone.
And he sadly beat me. But
Yeah.
but thankfully you stopped him, you beat him. And that saved HWE. But I think it would have done a lot for his career if he beat you.
For sure. But like you said, I I saved HWE and I saved, the reign of terror from continuing. But we all saw what happened after with the briefcase. And man, the briefcase moment was really, really powerful.
Yeah.
Looking back now, what has Skeletor went on to Extreme Yard to lose against Master Mexico. He lost his belt. So what even, the moment doesn't stand out in my opinion of Skeletor beating Damien Skull. Because look what happened after. Skeletor lost it right away to out of anyone, Master Mexico.
So for an example, if Damien Skull was in your shoes, if he beat you, do you think he would have lost to Master Mexico?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't
Because
think so. If Damien Skull would have beaten me, then who can stop him? No one. No one. If he beats you and then he goes on to beat Jacob and then goes on to beat me, who can stop him? Soul, maybe Soul, I don't know, but really, like, who could have stopped Damien Skull? I have
not
no
Zane Saint Savior.
No disrespect to Zane Saint Savior, but I don't think he could have gotten past Damien Skull. That's no disrespect to Zane. We all love Zane. Look, Wyatt, we don't have much time left. We've got about 4 minutes left until the video call ends. But I don't know what else to ask you about the match. So you said you've watched the match back then?
Yeah.
And would you have thought, did you think that you'd ever face Damien Skull like 2 years later? Watching that match, do you ever think you're like, oh, I'm gonna face one of these dudes?
To be honest, I thought the solution to that. I thought like the one that would have been the easiest was to wrestle like somebody from MEW, since Montreal's technically closer.
Mm-hmm.
Montreal's actually like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
And 10 hours, I would have never expected me to even have a conversation with Damien Skull.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have even expected Damien Skull to even like know me, or like even like somehow join my live randomly on a random
Yeah.
day.
But look what came out of it. 2 great matches. Winter Blast and Hail to the King that we're always going to remember. But Wyatt, you faced Damien Skull, but you never faced Skeletor. We never faced. Is that a possibility? Can the fans expect a potential Skeletor versus Wyatt match?
I don't think I've ever wrestled anyone on Fatality.
But is that a
And
possibility?
never say never. That's
Hey,
all I gotta say.
that's it. Because do you imagine the headlines, Wyatt versus Skeletor or Wyatt versus Haunted Jacob?
I mean, we've never seen Wyatt and Haunted Jacob in the same room.
Can we even get to that possible interaction? Well, we're going to find out.
One day.
One day. Well, Wyatt, any last words? And actually, let's talk about it. At Final Hour, you're facing a mystery superstar in a street fight. First of all, I want to know if you're putting the Golden Weight Championship on the line. That's number one.
I am indeed putting the Golden Weight Championship on the line. And once that match is over, and the company is going to be done. This title will be retired. This title will be known in the books as the Wyatt Championship. This won't be known as anyone else's championship. This won't be nobody's championship ever. Because in the record books of HWE Demolition or any HWE show, it's only going to say the Golden Weight Champion is Wyatt. Because the same day that I won the Golden Weight Championship, I also defended the EJW World title. I've wrestled for both titles at the same time. That's something I bet nobody's known in the chat. Nobody's known in HWE. But at final hour of whoever wants to face me,
I believe Wyatt got cut. I believe Wyatt just got cut. As Sunya was about to say, you know, whoever's going to face me, he gets cut. Um, do we know what happened? I'm not very sure. That is quite unfortunate, but maybe it could be a technical difficulty, or maybe it's the hacker of HWE. We all know who it is. We'll be back after this short break. Save the storm. Save the night. In the darkness, find the light. As the world shatters, we rise. In unity, defying demise. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to HWE Recall Episode 2. The match featured for HWE MEW Classic on Tuesday is Skeletor versus Damien Skull, MEW Fatality Episode 1. It was the start of Season 2. And here's some interesting facts on the matchup. We're all about stats here. Skeletor, at the time, was a former MEW X WWE champion. He was one of the faces of MEW. He was the final boss and one of the most decorated stars in company history, and was already viewed as a company cornerstone. And he entered Fatality looking to reclaim the championship that he lost at MEW Season 1, Episode 30 against Damien Skull and Soul in that huge triple threat match, if all of our diehard fans remember. He had huge rivalries at the time. Soul, Damien Skull, Haunted Jacob. and even Sinister. Damien Skull at the time was a former Hack Supremacy member. He was an ally of Soul during portions of Season 1, and then even towards the end was teaming up with Skeletor to fight Soul. That was towards the end of Season 1. He was a rising star in MEW. He was looking for really that first major singles breakthrough, that first like major title win, because he's the one who introduced the MEWX MEWX WWE champion, and he had never defeated Skeletor. And yet, he still has never defeated Skeletor. That's a huge topic of tonight's recall. And really, he was entering Fatality with something to prove. But up next with us is the one and only Zhane Saint Savior. Zhane, how are we doing?
It's actually enough. I mean, I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well, living myself, living my life, doing the best that I can, trying to be the best in the world in a less coordinated situation.
Zhane, we saw you last week on Recall. What did you think of last week's episode?
Last week, I mean, shoot, it was hugely intense. I mean, watched it back. Happy to bring my point of view of it. Happy to bring every single bit of views of it. And honestly, I was happy to be there. Then I watched back from the Shaquem Empire and Damien Skull, and like that feud is starting to tense up a little bit, but I'm still waiting for whoever I want at final hour. And I'm still thinking about it.
And Zhane, well, later tonight you'll be interviewing both Skeletor, myself, and Damien Skull. What do you expect from that? Do you think it's gonna go smoothly?
Great question. Folks, I will be hosting that interview coming up very short, coming up like very soon and later. But honestly, I don't really expect much except for the fact that it's gonna be the normal things I'd be seeing every time I've been in the middle of you two bickering at multiple points in my career. It's gonna be nothing new.
Absolutely. I'm just going to respond to a fan here, Devin, who says, how was Haunted Jacob? Haunted Jacob's doing very well. And he'll actually be here on Recall next week. That's a big announcement. Next week, we're going to look at Soul versus Haunted Jacob at All War Ahead.
I'm gonna randomly turn heel real quick. All of you Haunted Jacob marks are a joke.
Okay.
And I mean that.
strong comment by Zhane Saint Savior, who has something to prove going into final hour. Something that, let's talk about it. Trick Williams here. Let's talk about it. All right. Zhane, Haunted Jacob, does he have something to prove? Because you definitely have something to prove at final hour. But does Haunted Jacob have something to prove?
Hell yeah. I mean, hell, he's the champion. I mean, does he not have anything to prove anymore? I mean, I've been having a lot of proof. I've been busting my behind to get to where I am. And hell, I mean, there's a lot of people in this roster that can simply say that. Wyatt, who was just on here earlier, would agree with that sentiment. I mean, there's a lot of people here that has been busting their behinds while you got somebody that everybody basically dick rides on, is standing here as our current global champion. And my lord, how do I say this in a definite way without trying to be feeling like I'm very unfiltered here? I want to say this personally from my heart. He has a lot to prove. I have a lot to prove, and as much as I'm concerned, we're close to almost the edge and the brink of HWE. And I mean personally, I want HWE to go to a certain direction. I mean, very sooner or later, it will probably go to a certain direction. But as much as I know, I want the global championship. I want the world title. I don't care who I have to go through to get to that point. I don't care if I have to go through the demigod. I don't care if I have to go through the hardcore legend. I don't even care if I go through anybody in the history of this business, even people from outside of this company. They can come here and meet me, and we can actually bring the fight here and go. And don't worry, at final hour, I hope deep down inside that I'm getting one of those options, or else simply enough, they can kiss my single-headed ass.
All right. Zhane Saint Savior, you're coming in here rowdy tonight. I like it. All right. But tonight's topic, Zhane, is about the classic match that's going to air on Tuesday between Damien Skull and Skeletor. MEW Fatality Episode 1 of MEW Fatality Season 2. Zhane, as a fan, back then, you were a fan. And what were your impressions, your first impressions on both Skeletor and Damien Skull? And watching that match, which was a phenomenal 10-minute plus match in that tournament that eventually I believe Sinister would win and go on to face Soul at final hour. But what did you think of both Skeletor and Damien Skull at the time?
As a fan who would later face Damien Skull along the horizon after MEW ended, honestly, on the brink of my career, I mean, I was usually scrolling on YouTube, doing my thing, naturally improving my craft as I was one of those guys who, by the way, looked at wrestling shows, learned to move there, learned to move here, learned to move there, like learning from home, even though people from every single company says, do not try to stay at home. Well, who listens to that?
Yeah.
And truthfully enough, I was really the guy who's been wrestling since I was 5, living in a family full of wrestling, living full of like a wrestling fandom family, and obviously had a brother who did backyard wrestling at one point. And that's why I have the name Zhane Saint Savior, and I bless him for that. And I bless my older brother. I bless my older brother. I bless my other older brother. I bless my sister. I bless my mother. R.I.P. to you. And most importantly, I bless my dad, my grandma, my uncle. I don't care. I can bless my whole family if I wanted to. But back at that time, when I watched that match alone, I looked at Skeletor. I looked at Damien Skull. Actually, I was more likely impressed for the many matches y'all had that I've watched. I was impressed to see how much Damien Skull was really gonna go down that road and literally go down to a road to point to really come back from that loss, to really come back from like a big massive loss, coming from it was like from the finale of season 1.
Yeah. Can we talk real quick about all the matches? I just want to name them, and then we're going to talk about them. MEW Season 1, the debut of Damien Skull, debuts in a ladder match against, at the time, Howdy Skeletor. And Howdy Skeletor wins. Then we go on to MEW Season 1, Episode 25. Skeletor against Damien Skull for the MEW X WWE Championship, with Soul as the special guest referee. At the time, Damien Skull is with Hack Supremacy. You're thinking that Soul is probably going to do everything in his power to make Damien Skull win, but at the end, Skeletor just had the upper edge. Soul had to count to 3. We go on to MEW Season 1, Episode 30, the finale. Soul pins Skeletor in that triple threat match. But again, no sight of Damien Skull pinning Skeletor. We go on to MEW Season 2. Skeletor beats Damien in the match that we're going to see this Tuesday. We go on to a Final 4 qualifier in that Fatal 4-Way at Final 4 where Solace had to defend the championship. They both pin each other. They both qualify. So they both advance. We go on then. All were ahead. All were ahead. We all know what happened. But Skeletor pinned Damien Skull again. Skeletor is 4-0-1 My question to you, Zane, does that record surprise you? Because it surprised me. So I guess for the fans.
I mean, hell. As a wrestler today, I've dealt with matches with Damien. Now, I've only beat him once. He's beat me a couple times. That doesn't surprise me. But Damien came from being like almost every star that's coming into this one particular company, new, get this presentation, very open to this business. Obviously, he's very great at what he does, and obviously being in a match with him, for for the first time in my career, going to a whole different company. I mean, it was really open, like that was gonna be his breakout moment, but it turns out.
So I guess my follow-up question: does the record really dictate this? Like, does it tell the story? Like, people look at that, they're probably like, "Oh my God, Skeletor is so much better than Damien Skull," but absolutely not. Does the record really tell the story, Zane?
I mean, me that doesn't have like the best record in this company. I just say the records don't matter. I mean, obviously give yourself a chance, and obviously you can kind of see yourself as like one up in chips. I don't see the records even telling you how big a person is or really how big your talent is. That's just the craft of this business. And sometimes when you win or lose, you gotta pack up your bags, go tonight and go to sleep. Simple enough, simple enough. And to end, you really gotta up the edge, and obviously deal with the loss. Come back the next night, make sure you get a win. You win, you lose, no big deal. I don't see that. I don't really see the records really counting you as either one person is better than the other, because those are just records at the end of the day.
Absolutely well said. And like, even for myself, I don't check the records. What I check is who is standing tall at the moment. Presently, for example, we have Haunted Jacob at the top. And that's what I look at. Who's at the top? Who's at the, I don't look at records. I don't care. I don't care, Zane, that you lost and lost and lost again. Eventually, once you grab that title, once you grab that championship and you're at the top, well, you're at the top. You're the greatest in the business right now. I don't care about records. And Zane, you said it extremely well. Zane, during the match, here are the highlights. Damien Skull opens, aggressively. He hits multiple super kicks. He hits a German suplex, hits the golden cutter. He hits. Then Skeletor goes on to hit the level 100 Superman punch. He hits a phenomenal frog splash. Applies a spear-like submission. Damien stole then Skeletor's stunner, hitting Skeletor's stunner. He attempts the golden pedigree, and that's where we get to the end. He attempts the golden pedigree, but Skeletor rolls him up. He rolls Damien up for the victory in an interesting roll-up. So again, Skeletor sort of survived Damien Skull. He didn't really he didn't dominate the match. He really sort of just surprised him at the end. So again, that just goes on with our talk about records. That's a +1 for Skeletor. But at the end of the day, did Skeletor really have the better performance? I don't know.
Well,
Look, let's talk about your match with Sinister at Outspoken. Let's use that example. I thought you had a phenomenal performance. But did you win at the end? Does that matter?
as much as I want to say, since I thought Damien and I can say I've lost to Damien as into respect to the craftsmanships of his career. Being one of his opponents, you know, being one of his toughest opponents, as he's pretty much completely said in the past. I'm not going to glaze him as much. I'm just going to simply say this. I'm the guy that's going to simply say I give full respect to this business, and I leave my blood, sweat, and tears for this business. I will always leave my blood, sweat, and tears, even if I'm on the commentary booth or wrestling or just, you know, being a manager. I will leave my blood, sweat, and tears for every single night that I'm here, because that's what you got to do. And as much as I'm to the day I retire, you're still gonna see moments of me being remembered, being from HWE or being from any other company. And you're gonna end up seeing moments where, well, like, I'm a multiple-time world champion. I mean, I can name the many world championships I've held before coming to HWE, and that's the accomplishments. So really, in reality, my performance, hell, I think I did great. I think Sinister did great too. And as much as I know, people might see as I had the career opening opening accomplishment to like be the most biggest performance here in this company's history. But I really just don't see it as that, you know? I was just new. And once you're new, you got to give your heart out to people. That's just what I felt. That's just what I feel. That's what I feel today. And now I think I could say, in this point in my career, I think I did great. I think I'm open to this business. I think I learned more from this business as I got older. And, you know, I think I could express my experiences in a way where I feel like I want to open that up from when I'm going to be, since this is the end, when I'm going out to do a lot more, maybe wrestling and a couple of other companies here and there, maybe do this, maybe do that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna be open to do that.
Absolutely. Zhane, going back to the matchup, we talked about it. Skeletor is 4-0-1 in that rivalry. Why do you think Damien Skull was never able to beat Skeletor? He was never able to pin him. Why? But we still, like I said, Damien Skull is one of the stars in the company. Probably maybe even bigger than Skeletor. But how come? How come he never was able to pin Skeletor?
I want to say, now, this is just me being like, this is me having maybe a so-called veteran crisis. But I think he was more likely getting more open to this business, and sometimes when you get open to this business, you kind of just, you know, sometimes feel like you're losing an edge. Sometimes you feel like you have maybe a bit of a cut, maybe a bit of a brush off the top of the head. And, you know, when you're open to this, when you're open to being like the top dog, when you're open to be facing the top dog, sometimes you feel having that nerves out. You get more cocky as time goes on, as like the more times you have matches. But the more I see it, I feel like it's that. But when All War Ahead happened, I can say a whole different perspective. He brought it out. Brought it out. You brought it out. Mm-hmm. It just happened to not be his night, but it still happened to be his night at the end of it.
Yeah. Zhane, can we real quick, let's watch. I don't know if you have another device with you, but let's watch the opening, the beginning of this match, Damien Skull and Skeletor. Let's just see how quick this match begins.
First match of season 2, opening match of Fatality, and it is underway. Both men locking it in. Welcome back, MEW Universe. And we are very excited.
So, you know, I'm looking right away Both men
for
locking it
season 2,
in.
and its future, the future of MEW. Damien Skull going for a cutter.
Both men.
No, Skeletor reverses
Cutter,
it into a
Skeletor
stunner.
goes for a
No,
stunner. Damien
reverses
Skull
Skeletor.
pushes
Oh, and
Skeletor. Damien Skull a quick clothesline.
with a massive
This is
clothesline.
A
Taking the
quick
soul out of Skeletor.
start.
Look at the replay. Damien
I
Skull
will
going
say,
for his signature move of the cutter.
looking
Skeletor
back
going
in
for his
this match
finishing move, the
now,
skull
as I
crushing
did
stunner.
as a fan, I
No,
kind of felt
Damien
more
Skull
open
instead hits
to just,
a
you know,
massive clothesline.
very sooner than later,
And now Damien
making
Skull
more of a moment. And I kind of took
with
my
a side
preference
lock to
between
Skeletor.
this match and then the match I had with Sinister. If you kind
Final
of compare
boss
those
with a
two
knee
to
to
two,
the midsection.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
Skeletor.
it kind of doesn't seem close, but at least I got my chance in the
Wrapping
sun.
head of Damien
And
Skull,
obviously, at this time,
smashing it
I was
on
a fan of Sinister,
knee.
and as I started to wrestle him, I just decided, you know what?
Skeletor lifting the non-stop Damien Skull back
This
up.
is the guy I gotta beat.
And now Skeletor
This is the
with a
guy I gotta
knee
beat.
to the
This is the guy I
face.
gotta open uply submit, break, hardly
Skeletor
take
with
his title.
continuous knees.
Even if it was in my first match, even if it was in my
Now the
first
final boss.
title opportunity,
With a DDT.
I'm gonna make a moment out of this.
As Damien Skull was kneeling on the ground.
And who says I didn't?
Damien Skull kicks out.
So,
Massive
like,
start.
we're not
huge
gonna
start
watch the whole
to
thing
this
here, but
match.
just to say,
Yeah, we're not gonna lie.
this match started real quick, real fast, and for
Real
10
quick.
minutes, it was just two superstars at their peak just going at it. Zhane, let's talk now about Final Hour. We might have spoken a little about this last episode. Just want to see if there's updates. For you at Final Hour, what's going on? Do you have any... Has a Solace, the general manager, spoken with you? Has a higher up in HWE spoken with you about any plans? Do you have a wish list for Final Hour? I don't know. Any updates?
Well, I've talked to a Solace. And as much as I know, I've talked to him more likely recently. And I plan on maybe talking about at Final Days, maybe somewhere near in the end of the day, make a promo somewhere on social media, maybe even on Instagram. If y'all check out that, he wants me to call out whoever I want to call out, and it's based on my decision. And it'll be right in front of here, right here, right now. But he wants me to do it, not on Instagram, not here. He wants me to do it right now. So interesting point of view is, since we are here on Recall, since this is live right now. I mean, is it live? Is it live? The lights are on. The lights are shining. And since this dude hasn't been yet to even speak about it, I will. Hey, Genji Reisker, you might be watching this. You might be watching this with your two dead eyes. But I'm officially gonna knock on your door, like I have done since we've been in MPW Multiversal Pro. Since we've been in Multiversal Pro, I have finally seen the light. I took your MPW World title. The last time we faced, you beat me. You've beaten me 6 times. I've beaten you 6 times. So how about we break the stigma here? You versus the fire of the heavens, the son of the sun god, and the man who will become a future world champion, if that ever comes to a play. You versus me. Rematch. And I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt here. In a 2 out of 3 falls match at HWE Final Hour. And Demigod, I'ma very soon see why you ain't no god. But I am the Sun God. And I will make sure deep down inside, and Demigod, I hope you're watching this. I hope you're watching this with 2 good eyes. You ain't gonna be distinguishing my passion, my flame. And I dare you to say that you can. I dare you. I'll make sure I eat you alive. And when I win, there will be no more to say. Period. Scratch Fatal Heaven. Scratch the Broken Choir. This is between you and me. Not you, me, and Jay. This is between you and me, Reisker. And I swear on everything. Jay, I hope you're watching this. Actually, I hope you are watching this. Because, Jay, I want you to look at that match very much alone. And I want you to look at me beat the Demigod to break the tie.
Challenge offered. Will the challenge be accepted? We're going to have to find out, possibly on a next recall episode or on a next Final Days episode. By the way, Final Days, storyline-driven episodes until we get to July 30th and July 31st. Zhane Saint Saber, thank you very much. We're going to see you later, actually, right after Damien Skull speaks. So we're going to be back shortly after this little break. Save the storm, save the night. In the darkness, find the light. As the world shatters, we rise. In unity, defying demise. Welcome back, everyone, to HWE Recall Episode 2, where we are talking about not only Skeletor versus Damien Skull at MEW Fatality episode 1 of season 2 that will re-premiere this Tuesday. It was part of a tournament to determine the new number 1 contender for Seoul's Global Championship at the time. That match will re-air this Tuesday, so don't miss that. We just had Zhane Saint Savior who spoke with us about this historic rivalry and about his plans at Final Hour. Zhane Saint Savior has challenged Genji Reisker at Final Hour in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Well, let's take a look at the Final Hour match card for now. Damien Skull, who takes on Shaquem Empire in a career versus career match. And that will be happening on July 30th and July 31st. HWE's final event in Backyard Wrestling. Don't miss that. Sinister takes on Gladiator in a last man standing match. It will be quite a fun one. Expect chaos, that's for sure. And also Wyatt to return their Golden Weight champion to take on a mystery superstar. That all goes down July 30th and July 31st, 8, 7 Central, streaming live on YouTube. And yes, when I say streaming live, that means it is streaming live. Not premiering live, but streaming live right here on Final Hour. It will be quite exciting. And that's for sure. Wyatt also, who kicked things off here on Recall, who talked about his time in EJW and also spoke on Damien Skull and his matches that he had with him. But up next, I am pleased to welcome someone who caused a lot of controversy last Recall episode last week, where he called out Shaquem Empire right in front of his face. And I'm not going to repeat stuff that he said, but there's a lot of stuff that he said. Well, I am very pleased to welcome the one and only Damien Skull. Welcome, Damien.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and take him on back. Take him back to NCW or wherever the hell. He ain't getting his chain back, his necklace back. Nah, this is mine now. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize we're already on. Oh, man, it's gonna be a nice necklace to wear to my match against him. Too bad it's not his anymore. Sorry, security had to separate me from whooping Shaquem's ass and taking his necklace. But it's great to be here. Very great.
Yeah. You seem very excited, Damien. Just like always.
Not when I'm talking to you, but or any of you reporters or trash members of this company.
All right.
So come on, hurry up with your questions. I ain't got much time here.
Well, Damien, I guess you heard it quite a lot. It's Skeletor's record, myself, who has beaten you 4 times, and there was a draw once. I want to hear what you think about it. I was quite shocked, Damien, when I saw that I have never been pinned by Damien Skull. I was quite happy about that. I want to hear what you have to say about that record.
Yeah, of course you were happy about it. What I got to say, you wouldn't like me to say, so I'm going to say it in a way you would. Great job, Skeletor. I'm going to just do this because I need a couple more paychecks, and I don't want to get fired before the last show. But I think it's other bullshit. It's management problems. When certain people do certain things in creative and cause me to lose a match, put shenanigans and obstacles in my way, when all I've done is put pillars to this company, floors, the plans to it, the walls, the ceiling, the whole damn construction. And for me not to get the respect I deserve and to be costed everything I have and everything that happened with me and your dumbass, it is an utter joke. So that's what I think.
Uh, so you're saying you're not going to accept those losses? Is that what I'm hearing? You think it's a management
No,
problem?
what I'm saying is you are the problem.
I'm the problem.
Yes, you very are. But hold on, Mr. HWE boy. Let's just backtrack to what you said. Like I said, it's bullshit. I don't accept the losses. I don't. You got lucky 4 times because you and all your friends made it hard for me. And you take my own company that I made, that your lackey Zhane helped me make, that your boyfriend Wyatt helped me make. You took it and made it to yours because MEW's dead.
All right. It's always my fault, Damien Skull, huh? You're never going to
Always.
accept anything, right? Look, Damien. I'll continue with my questions, but you're
These questions better be good because I can leave at any moment.
all right. I want to know how you viewed me back in the day during that match fatality. How did you view me? You're coming in MEW. No one knows you. Let's admit it. No one knows you in MEW, and Wyatt also admitted it. In EJW, no one really knew who Damien Skull was at the time. How do you come in this match, and how do you view this whole situation now? Are you like, this is a must-win? I want to know what your thoughts are going into the fatality.
You know, as much as I want to be very biased, I'll calm down for a minute and say I looked forward to the first match, not the other 3, the first. Because just like Zhane, just like Shaquem, I was a fan. A wrestler that was also a fan of another promotion. And I remember commenting on it, and we talked, and you basically, you and management said, this Damien guy, he could be good. And obviously somebody had to know about me if you're checking out all of my matches to even qualify me to be hired for the company. But when I walked in, I looked at the match as it's a must happen. It's a must win. But sadly, that's not the case. You won. Kudos. You won.
4 times. Look, I don't mean to bust your balls, man. It's in the history books.
Well, at least I have balls because you don't. You've never had the balls to come out
All
here
right.
and
Look, Damien,
talk about things in this company. Hold on. This will only take a little second. You took ideas from EJW. You took ideas from me. What else did you do? You took ideas that didn't belong to you and made them into your own. You didn't credit nobody. So now that this company's about to end, it's your time to give me my credit. And I'll be right back. Well, 1 second.
All right, Damien Skull trying to blame me for his losses, and talking about giving credit has never given me.
I'm back.
All
What are you
right.
saying behind my back?
Glad to have you back.
Hate to be here.
What did you just go do?
I had to let a certain someone in. One of your HWE security members to inform me that Shaquem is in the hospital.
Shaquem is in the hospital. Find it hard to believe. find it very hard to believe. Let's wait for Mr. Damien Skull to come back.
Oh, appreciate it. Anytime. Don't worry. Anytime you need me to do it again, pay up the money. I just got some money from doing it again.
Who do you think you are, a hitman?
Maybe. But the real assassin here is you trying to assassinate the company that I built.
Assassinate the company that you built. All I did was save the company that you built, all right?
Oh, you saved. Let's
I
talk about save.
saved it.
Let's talk about when I made this company and your company died. And after firing me, not once, twice, and saying you no longer needed me, MEW no longer needed me and never needed me.
Yeah, no longer need
Well, then
you,
look
but you
who
also have
did need
attitude
me.
problems.
You needed me. You came and you asked me to put you in my fucking show.
Look, Damien, I don't want this. This is Recall. We're supposed to have fun and talk about
I don't
history.
give a
I don't want
damn about Recall. I don't give a damn about these questions. You know what the answers are. You're just sitting there pretending like you don't so you can get a couple advertisements and promotions. Well, here's something to advertise. HWE was once a good company. Now it's a corporate bitch-made company.
Oh, okay.
Advertise that. While you're at it, take it, turn it sideways, and shove it straight up your ass.
Damien, I don't want this to come to this. I just want to speak with, not Damien, with Trevor. Yeah, everyone, Damien Skull is not, his real name's not Damien Skull, just like my real name's not Skeletor, all right? My name is Chris.
We know Chris.
My name is
We
Chris.
know Chris.
Your name is Trevin, all right?
Chris
Look.
does.
Look, if it has to get to this point, then we're going to get to this point. Damien Skull, at all we're ahead, I beat you. On Fatality, I beat you. How many? Do I have to name all the other matches?
And do I have
No.
to make
No, because
and
the
name all
result is the
the other
same.
mistakes that you've made? Do I gotta seriously sit here and take shit from a football-headed ass bitch that's beating up on his own cousin when his cousin doesn't want to show up for work? Am I taking shit from the same guy who's giving praise to Zhane, to Wyatt, the guys I put on the damn map? Shaquem, he's another one. And without me, he would go and still do his emo fucking pop star music. Without me, Zhane would still be in there getting slammed on Legos and reacting to plushy animals. Without me, Wyatt would still be getting his ass kicked by Luke. So here's the thing you're going to understand. I went to a different company, a different environment, an environment that I was hated at because I was working for MEW. EJW didn't like me, but I brought something great. And because not me, but Wyatt, one of your favorites, couldn't do business with anybody, he wanted to leave. So I did what he wanted to do. When Zhane wanted a job because his broke ass couldn't afford his bills, I recommended him. So I've helped everybody. What have you, son of a bitches, ever done for me? What have these fans ever done for me? You don't like me when I'm a good guy. You still hate me either way. But without me, there's none of this. Your show's dead. Zhane is a broke bum, and Wyatt is still getting his ass kicked by Luke. And Shaquem is still a pop star bitch. So what have y'all done?
What have we done? for you?
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
All right. I have a lot more to say, but we don't have much time left. Zhane Saint Savior,
Well, hurry up.
welcome back, Zhane. You get the chance to interview Eminem and myself. So,
Of course you
congratulations,
bring.
Zhane.
Now I gotta deal with two pieces of shit.
I
Great.
guess you have to.
Fucking wait.
Listen, Damien, I ain't come here to. Listen, Damien, I ain't come here to literally listen to you talk. Hell, I don't give a damn about what I'm saying. Yeah. Say, hey, the feeling's mutual here. But listen,
Careful.
I came here to be the
Now my
host, and
hands
I
are
came here to not take BS from you.
Well, then go get slammed on Legos.
Just ask your
you wanna
question,
play this
Zane.
game?
Don't listen to Damien.
I'm
Don't
verbally
listen to Damien.
destroy you on this mic,
Pathetic.
like I did in the ring. Come on, Zane. It's an
Let's go,
interview.
Zane. Just ask questions.
Come on, you got 13 minutes left.
Shut up. All right. I want to ask this question to you, Damien. What did you prove during the first match? Actually, no. Better yet. What type of chip on your shoulder that you had for the first time you got signed to MEW?
What did I show people the first time I got signed to MEW?
I said, what chip did you have on your shoulder?
What chip did I have on my shoulder? There was more than a chip on my shoulder. I had hands on my ankles that were dragging off of me. You're one of them. But a chip that I had on my shoulder was what I was struggling with mentally, physically. If I could even do this damn sport. If I even wanted to, considering all the other shows I've been in and the way management treated me there, and being a yes man like yourself. So my chip on my shoulder was whether I'm going to rebel or be the company's main guy and play along with everything. That answers your question.
You know what? Same question goes to Skeletor. What chip did you have on your shoulder when you first was announced to face Damien Skull? I'm getting tired of this SOB right here.
Zane, give me another question.
You know what? I will. I will give you this question for the benefit of the doubt here. Actually, you beaten Damien 4 times. 4-0-1. I will say this. Why has Damien always came on top?
How
I'm
is
better than
Damien? No one's talking to you, Damien. Shut up. Let me answer.
I'm better. Just admit it.
Because
Just
you're
admit it.
better. Okay, look.
Come on, jackass. Answer his question.
I will, if you let me speak.
We'll
Shut
speak,
up.
bitch.
All right. We all saw what happened at All Warhead. Yes, I pinned him, won the world championship. We all saw what happened at the end. I don't want to speak about it. I don't want to talk about it. But the truth is,
Of course you don't.
we all know the truth. Osalis is by my side, the general manager, and he's by my side. And Osalis knows the truth as well. Damien Skull came at All Over Head, revealed all these stuff that I threatened Haunted Jacob threatened me, and then that I had fired Osalis. That's not true. Damien Skull did when we merged. He fired Osalis, grabbed his world champion, and continued his reign. That is why he had the world title at first. That is the truth. He fired Osalis. He put it on me. Osalis knows it. Actually, look. You know what? Let me call Osalis.
Call your lab dog.
Oh, that's the stupid live playing. Alright. Osalis, what's up?
Hi, Skeletor. Can you kiss my ass again?
Shut up.
You got 9 minutes.
Skeletor, you keep talking about Damien, and honestly, neither of you are focused on what matters. Final hour is approaching. Earlier today, I received a video message from Shaquem Empire. Before this gets any further, I think everyone should hear what he has to say.
What the fuck do you mean, Shaquem Empire?
Oh, great. It's another concert that nobody's going.
All right, let's watch Shaquem.
Damien, you are a delusional maniac, my friend. 'Cause let me tell you something. You talk about HWE, you talk about the success, you talk about all your successes, but yet you completed some of them, but you never completed all of them. Because you was an HWE world champion, you was a global champion, but you haven't touched the golden weight champion, didn't you? And you know what I realized? That you fought against big names. Guys like Damien Skull, guys like Sensei Savior, guys like Wyatt, guys like Saul, even Honey Jacob. But you know what I realized? Is that you never beat Skeletor one-on-one. You never beat him straight up. That's funny that because him and Skeletor and I, we don't usually get along. You don't see eye to eye a lot of things. But the one that him and I both agree on is that you never beat him one-on-one. But here's the thing, Damien. You're talking about all the past, you're talking about Skeletor, but at final hour, your problem isn't with Skeletor. Your problem is with me, Shaquem freaking Empire. Now, on the next episode of HWE Final Days, I personally handpicked your opponent for you to make sure he can soften you up before final hour. So Damien, get ready for Final Days.
You know what?
Damien, you're screwed. Final days, Shaquem's choosing your opponent. You're gonna have to fight, man. You're gonna have to work.
Oh, Shaquem's choosing my opponent?
Absolutely. I don't like Shaquem, but I kind of like the idea. I love
Fuck
it.
him and fuck you.
Hey, man, you have to get up and go to work, Damien.
Shut the
You have to
hell
go
up.
to work. And
No,
wait.
no.
You have to go to work
I don't
in
have
a
to do a damn
hardcore
thing
match.
Whenever I am the one
Hardcore
that can
match.
run, I want to run. I can keep talking as long as you can, or I can talk longer. So if you know what's best, shut the hell up and listen to the real star of this company.
You don't got much time, man.
6 minutes. I can do this within a minute. You know what? Count.
Let's
I
go.
don't need this company. I don't need you. I don't need Shaquem. I never needed any of you. You needed me.
Oh,
So understand this. Whoever you choose fucking Hardcore Wolf, fucking Asalis, Haunted Jacob, Master Mexico, same guy, by the way. Fucking choose the Black Stinger, choose Mr. Z, choose whoever the fuck can suck you off and make this company what you want it to be. But whoever you line up, I'm gonna knock them back down to wherever the fuck they came from. So if you know what's best, you better give me a good opponent. Don't give me no lackey bitch. Don't give me Zhane. Don't give me none of them. Give me somebody good.
Shaquem, you're hearing it.
Shaquem, if you're listening to this, I don't want to face one of your stuffed animal wrestlers. I don't want to face your fucking favorite doll that you jack off with. I want someone good. It is an insult to my intelligence how you feel that I don't deserve a huge match. I'm the reason, like I said the past couple minutes, I'm the reason for all of this. So, like I said last time, Zhane, Shaquem, Wyatt, Chris, go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, fuck off, Damien. Damien, man. At least you could pick up a nice little win, right? You clearly can't pin me, so go on and pin whoever. Man, what do you have to say? I mean, if let's say if I never existed,
No.
What
Don't
would-
hold me back from it.
Oh, you're back. Look, what if Damien? What if I never
Shut up,
existed? Would
shut
you?
up.
No. Would
So you sent
what
him?
would
You
Damien
sent
Skull
him?
even talk about,
You
huh?
sent him?
What would
You sent
Eminem
him?
even have to talk about?
You sent him? No. Answer my question, Chris. Chris this or whatever the hell your stupid name is. You sent him back? You sent him back? No, that's fine. That's who you got? Oh, you're gonna try to cheap shot me before whatever he chooses? I've played these games before with you and all of everybody. You want the last word, you can have it. But my last words, I don't want to be a part of the rest of the rest of the recalls. I want to make my mark at final day against that opponent, and then I'm going to give Shaquem his final chance to bow down to me. Then at final hour, if he doesn't, it will be his final match in his career. So go fuck yourself.
Go fuck
Have
yourself.
a nice day.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, that's all you have to say, huh, Damien? Fucking Eminem.
Go
looking at
die in
me.
a damn fire, you idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, and Urkel, go fuck yourself.
Is that all you have to say? Is that all you have to say?
No. Should I say? No. Hold on. Should I say what everybody else has been saying? Should I go personal with you and talk about a family relative? Should I do something that Gingy's been doing? Should I go that low about your mother? Oh, that one stings, don't it? And keep that tongue closed. Skeletor's pecker isn't out, so just stop it. Should I bring up that? Should we go deeper? Where's your brother at? Huh? Where's your father? Where's all your family relatives that support you through this? Nowhere. But they'll be there to congratulate you when Gingy Reisker beats your ass. When he demolishes you and burns the fire of the heavens. So Zhane, I don't want to talk to you no more. I don't want to talk to him. We got a minute left. So thank you everybody for watching this shitty ass recall episode. And y'all also can go fuck yourselves.
Very sorry for that, Zane. He's just an unprofessional little fuck, but what can we do about it, right? That's Damien Skull. He's been like that his whole career. Unprofessional. It's never his fault for anything. Whatever. Forget him. Forget what he said, Zane. That's fine. That's fine. We don't got much time left. I'd like to thank yourself, Zane. I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank Wyatt. And
I appreciate it.
absolutely. And I won't thank Damien Skull, that's for sure. Just like I didn't thank him last episode. I will just remove these notes. I don't need these notes anymore. We've talked about the match. The only thing I have to say, you know, these last 2 episodes I've been hosting this recall, all that stuff. I've been letting the others speak. I haven't had much time speaking myself. As Skeletor, I've spoken as your host. I haven't really spoken as Skeletor. Here's the deal. I'm not doing well. Since Extreme Yard, I'm not doing well at all. Haven't really showed it, but I'm really not doing super great. Since I've lost that world championship, didn't have a really good reign. at all, and now look where I am at now. With absolutely nothing. So, I have truly no words on what happened at Extreme Yard. I got screwed, but I guess I put myself in that position. One thing I do have to say to Haunted Jacob is that maybe you're my kryptonite. Maybe you're just someone I can't really get past through, but you know what? Let's talk about one guy that I've gotten past quite many times. This is Damien Skull. Damien Skull, I'm going to remind you that I am 4-0-1 against you. I'm going to remind you that I brought you to MEW back in the day. I made your ass relevant. And don't you even tell me, oh, what did you guys do to my career? What did you guys do to me? I did everything. Everything. I brought you in the business. Made your ass known. Why do you think you went to EJW? Because of me. I brought you to this rank, and the rank said that you could be relevant and people could know you. I brought you to that. Look what happened. Look what happened. You're now one of the big stars. We've all talked here about the big four: Soul, Skeletor, Haunted Jacob, Solace. That's the big four of the MEW. Then I brought you. And without us, you're nothing. So don't ever run your mouth on how I treated you and how we as a whole treated you. Why do you think you main evented All War Ahead against Skeletor? Why do you think you were a world champion? Why do you think you had the opportunity to face Haunted Jacob? Because of Skeletor. So I'm tired of seeing you talk shit about me when you should be thanking me. You should be on your knees. Acknowledging Skeletor or Chris, however you want to call me. You are where you are because of Skeletor, and I want you to remember that your whole life. You've got something. You've got something. You have to pay me a favor. I need a favor from Damien Skull eventually. Whether that's tomorrow or in 20 years. You know exactly what you gotta do. Now for Haunted Jacob, I'm done being all depressed. I'm done sitting on the couch. I'm done lying down on my bed and just rethinking of this moment, rethinking of what happened. I'm done. I'm done. I'm going to grab back not only that world championship, but also that global championship. And I'm going to take every single thing out of you, Haunted Jacob, whether that's all your fans, all of your gold, the respect, everything. I'm going to knock it all off of you, and I'll claim it. I'll claim all of it. I'm tired of seeing all those fans, and for once I'll agree with Zhane. I'm tired of seeing all of those fans just acknowledging you, Haunted Jacob, saying that you're the best, but the truth is that you're the youngest in this company, and all of your fans are 50, however many fans you've got, they're all, I'm not even going to say it, that's going to be a little too far. But they're all just, let's say, little filthy old men that just like to see young little kids wrestle, and that's why you've got all of your fans, Jacob. How many times have we received messages like, oh my god, Haunted Jacob, please do this move. Haunted Jacob, please remove your shirt. Haunted Jacob, do this, do that. That's all it is. That's all it is, Jacob. You don't have fans. Alright? You've just got filthy little bitches commenting and wanting to fulfill their desires. But that's about all I have here. I'll see you guys next week for another Recall episode. Don't miss this Tuesday's classic match between Skeletor and Damien Skull, MEW Fatality, episode 1. All going down this Tuesday. We're going to re-premiere this match that has happened about 3 years ago in 2023. It was an excellent match. And one last thing to say again is just to thank you all for watching. To thank you all for being a part of HWE and CJ Wrestling, whether you guys like the Universe Mode part of it or whatever. Just thank you very much that we are able to build this this community. Again, CJ Wrestling is all about wrestling, and we do it all. We do it all, whether it's Universe Mode, Backyard Wrestling, eventually reactions to WWE events. We're going to do it all, and if you love wrestling, well, this is the channel to subscribe to. But final hour, our final Backyard Wrestling event that is going to air on July 30th and July 31st. Damien Skull against Shaquem Empire in a career versus career match. We then go on to Sinister against Gladiator in a last man standing match. Sinister Psycho Maximus Gladiator going at it yet again. Wyatt, who returns as the Golden Ring Champion to face a mystery superstar. All going down in a street fight at HWE's final event. And, well, that all goes down July 30th and July 31st. That's for final hour. Obviously expect many more matches to be announced. But that's all we have here for HWE Recall. We thank you for tuning in. Episode 2 was a blast. A lot of headlines, just like there were last week, just like there will be next week. Tune in next week on HWE Recall. It's every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So I guess all I have to say is see you next week for another Recall episode of HWE. See you all next week.